Today is August 29, 2017, and this is our team call. All right, our Success Club leaders for this month so far, we have Tiffany Winme with 8 points, Nicole with 2 points, really has 4, but starting in the hole with the return. Aaron has 2, Daly has 2, Aaron H has 2, and Susie has 2. So awesome job, lots of people on the board this month. So getting more and more people every month with points. So that's a great thing. Oops. Bless you. We have some new coaches to welcome. Nicole has sponsored 2 new coaches, Melissa Brown and Deborah Bailey, and I have sponsored 1 new coach, Nayeli Riviera. And so tonight's call is going to be on Crushing Success Club in 2 days. So there are 2 days left in this month. And if you have not set your intentions on hitting Success Club this month, then you will not. And if you plan and want to hit Success Club this month, you still can. You should not wait until, tomorrow or Thursday to start trying to hit it. If you really want to hit it, you can start tonight and still hit Success Club in the appropriate amount of time. Nicole had some things that she wanted to share about, setting your intentions and really just getting your head in the game to know that you can accomplish this. So pass it over to Nicole real quick.
Okay, am I muted or am I good? You can hear me?
You're good.
Okay, so before we go into the details of the ways that you can hit Success Club in 2 days, it's really important that you get your mindset right, because if Success Club is not a non-negotiable for you, it's going to be really easy to just push it to the side or just not really put in your 100% effort and say, oh, I didn't hit Success Club again. And I can speak from experience because my first year in business, I hit Success Club my first month, not my second month, but then from January all the way until I'd say July or August, I hit Success Club 10 or higher every single month. And then I was in a relationship that caused me to lose focus. And so I missed it a few months. And then second year, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm doing it. The Success Club 10 is non-negotiable for me. I'm going to hit it every single month. And that is how I was able to hit All-Star Legend and All-Star 10 and All-Star Legend. Now, as you guys know, I've lost that status because I missed my month in Punta Cana. But if you don't have that mindset that it is a non-negotiable for you, then it most likely is not going to happen. But if you tell yourself, I am going to hit Success Club every single month, it is non-negotiable, you will find a way. And there's been times where I had to literally stop everything. Like, I know that's not possible sometimes, but like I could have, like, I think December 31st, my friend wanted me to go out with her on New Year's Eve, and I said, or New Year's, and I said, I'm not leaving my house until I hit Success Club 10. And we made it happen. Like, I literally hit Success Club 10 at 8:55 p.m. And so you have to figure out how important it is to you. And so once you get that mindset right, that's when you can start really diving into all of these things that Tiffany and I are going to share with you on how to hit Success Club. And these are ways that you should be using all throughout the month, not just at the last few days of the month, but these are obviously ways that you can push to get there if you're not there yet. So I'll send it back over to Tiffany.
So Nicole really hit the nail on the head with, setting your intentions. And if you go into it thinking I have to hit Success Club, it's not an option, then you're going to do what it takes to hit it. And if you go into it thinking, oh, it'll be nice if I hit it, but if I don't, oh well, then you're really not going to put all of your effort into hitting it. And you're going to, fall short of it every time. And I think a lot of times we do that and we tell ourselves, like, oh, it's nice to hit it, but it's okay if I don't. We tell ourselves that because we don't want to disappoint ourselves, and we don't want to end up feeling upset if we don't hit it. But wouldn't it be way better to say, I want to hit Success Club, and then you fall short and know that you did everything you could to hit it, versus being like, oh, I want to hit Success Club, but if I don't, it's okay, and then you don't hit it. You know, wouldn't you rather feel like you've done everything in your power to make it happen and then fall short, versus just being like, oh, I could have hit it, but I didn't really put everything I could into it. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind, that it'll always feel better whenever you know that you've done everything you can and that there was nothing else you could have done. And then you'll know that you at least tried. All right. So first tip is to follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Reach out to all of those past people that have told you no before, that you've reached out to. Reach back out to them. Reach back out to the people who have told you before, like, maybe, but not right now. I have this and this and this going on, or I can't afford it right now, or now is not the right time. Reach back out to those people and let them know that you have a group coming up. So when you reach out to them, don't just be like, hey, you want to buy a challenge pack? Make sure that you have something to invite them to, so that they feel like there's a reason that you're reaching back out to them. So if you don't have a challenge group already prepared coming up here soon, you can invite them to the group that I'm doing. It's the Health Bet group, where I am offering my challengers $10. If they put in $10, I'm offering to match them to put in a pot that they can win if they log their Shakeology and their workouts at least 5 days a week. So you can invite them to that group that is in prep week right now. So you can say, hey, and that makes it even more of a like, oh, you got to get in right now because the group's already started. Just say, hey, the group just started and you still have time to get in. I'd love for you to join us, something like that. So that way you have something to invite them to, and they don't feel like, oh, she's just trying to sell me something again. They'll know that you actually have a reason for reaching back out to them. You have a group coming up.
I'm going to add something to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Along with that is if you're not tracking your nose, you need to start tracking your nose, because that's how you're going to know who to follow up with, whether it be on paper, whether it be on a calendar, whether it be in Teamsy, like whatever tracking system you're using. I tag all of my people that tell me no, or that have shown me that they're interested, as challenger prospects. So whenever I need to go and hit Success Club, I go to that list. I'm like, okay, I'm going to message all of these people, and I send them individual messages. When you're inviting them, and Michelle and I just talked about this today, there's kind of like a formula that you want to follow when you're inviting your past no's and even your future people. You want to make sure that you include in your invite what their goal is. So when you reach out to them, you're like, hey, I have this challenge group starting up, and I know when we talked in the past, you wanted to accomplish such and such, this A, B, and C. So you're going to reiterate to them what their goals were, and that's going to, one, show them that you remembered their goals and make them feel special, but it's also going to remind them of their goals, because maybe they've gotten busy with life and they've forgotten about what they're trying to accomplish because they're too busy focusing on their family or their job or, this and that. So you definitely want to add that into the invite. And then you also want to make sure that you're going to share with them what they're going to get when they join your challenge group. So it's not going to be a like, hey, join my challenge group, or hey, do you want to buy a challenge pack, like Tiffany said. It's going to be a pretty lengthy invite. And that's why they say, the majority of our business time should be spent on our invites. They need to be heartfelt. They need to be personal and have personal touches. And you can always go look at their Facebook pages too, and look to see if they're sharing anything on their Facebook page about what they're trying to accomplish or their goals or what they're struggling with, and use that as a way to get them in there as well.
Yeah, that's definitely true. You definitely want to touch back to what their goals were. And if you don't know what their goals were, you could just make it kind of generic and say, hey, like, this is probably what I would say in that invite. My invite would probably look like, hey girl, I hope you've been doing okay. I know that we've chatted about this before and you weren't ready because blank. And so maybe you would say you weren't ready because, your husband just lost his job, or you weren't ready because your house got flooded, or you weren't ready because, whatever X, Y, and Z, whatever their reason that they weren't ready for. But I just wanted to let you know about this group that I have coming up that's going to be really awesome, and I think you're going to love it. And then one thing that I learned from a training that Bonnie Engel did was that she said to talk as if they're already going to do it. So when you're doing that invite, don't say, I think you would love it, or I think you would like this group. Say, I know you're going to love it, because then it puts it in their head that they already are going to do it. And so, when you're writing that invite, speak to them as if like they're already in your group, or you already know they're going to buy that challenge pack, So that would probably be how I would start the group, and then personalize it based on them. So I don't know if you're still wanting to work on your health and fitness goals, or I know that last time we chatted, you said you were wanting to lose 10 pounds, and I think you would, or not I think, and I know you're going to really love this group because it's going to focus on blank, whatever your group is focusing on, that kind of thing. So that's probably how I would start that group, that message for follow-ups.
And then the last part of the invite is going to make sure that you give them an out. You always want to give them an out, and you also want to set the stage for following up with them in the future. So you're going to say, I know last time I talked to you, it wasn't a really good time, but maybe this time might be better for you. If not, it's okay. No worries. I will follow up with you when I set up my next challenge group. So you're automatically going to put that on the end of your invite, because it takes the pressure off of them, and it lets us look less pushy, salesy, and it's also automatically allowing you to follow up with them again. Because unless they message you back and say, no, don't follow up with me because I don't ever want to hear from you again, you have the right to follow up with them because you've already told them that you're going to. And most people are not going to tell you not to follow up with them, because they're not telling you no. They're telling you right now is not a good time. I still have reservations. I still have objections, in not so many words. So
yeah, and when I send that message and say like I will follow up with you next time or whatever, I normally end that with let me know either way, because then it kind of takes the pressure off of them, and they're like, oh, she wants to know even if I don't want to do it. So instead of them just not replying at all and leaving you hanging, if you say let me know either way, it kind of lets them feel like they feel more comfortable letting you know like, hey, no, I really can't do it right now either. Like it's still not a good time, So the next one is to offer a gift with purchase. So I know a lot of times we think like we don't want to do this because we don't want to have to spend any extra money. Maybe we don't have the funds or anything to do it, but you really can do these things, for free. Some of these ideas can be free, and some of these ideas can be very inexpensive. So even if it's just a $10 gift card from Amazon or a $10 gift card to wherever, you can do something like that. You can do ebooks. So if you get their email address, you can send them an ebook. And there's some really, really cheap ebooks that are good. Like, if maybe you're going to send them like a cookbook, that's like $5, or maybe you're going to send them an ebook that goes over clean eating or something like that. You can send them an ebook that could be really cheap. You can also send buy an ebook yourself that's super cheap. And then so a lot of times when you do that, they'll give it to you where you can send it to a friend for free. And so then you have it and you can use that for content for yourself. So it's like making an investment in yourself, and you can send it to someone else and they can have it too. So, say like the next person who orders, the next challenge pack will get a free ebook guide on eating clean or whatever. You can send Shakeology shaker cups, t-shirts, anything that is going to make people love free stuff. So anything, even if it's just like something that you already have of Beachbody that you're not going to use or something, you can send that as a gift. And even if it's Shakeology sampler packs that maybe you're going to say the next person that orders, even though they're getting Shakeology themselves, maybe say like, hey, I'll give you free sample packs of Energize or something, like if you have some Energize package yourself. Just something that gets them more motivated to order, because people love free stuff. And most of the time, if they know they're going to get something out of it, then they might be more open to ordering. Do you have anything to add to that, Nicole?
The only experience that I have is I've had better experience with giving away something that's non-Beachbody related, because if they're gonna spend $175 on the Beachbody stuff, they don't really want more Beachbody stuff. So unless you're coupling it with like, unless they're buying their challenge pack and you're giving them a free thing of Energize or a free thing of Hydrate or a Shakeology boost, most of the time Beachbody products don't work as well as a gift card to Amazon or and the gift card is even a better option, because you don't have to, you could actually send that via email to them. You don't have to send it in the mail, because postage can also get expensive, especially if it's someone that's not local. The other thing I wanted to say is this is also a mindset thing, because if you think about it and you're like, well, I don't really have the money to send a gift card, or I don't have the money to buy a gift to send to somebody, think about it this way. If you don't get the Success Club points and the challenge pack sale, you're not going to have the $40 to spend the $25. So either way, you're going to be out. So it's kind of like you just look at it like, well, if I buy something to give them, I'm just going to make less commission. But if you didn't get the sale, you wouldn't get any commission. So you're still gaining in the end. And it's showing loyalty to your customer. It's showing generosity. It's showing, you know, and sometimes you can, I don't tell people why I'm giving the gift card. I just say, if you order by this date. So don't say I'm trying to hit my deadline, or I'm trying to get this many Success Club points. They don't need to know. Just offer it up. If you can order by this date, I'll throw in a free gift, and let them know what the free gift is going to be, because obviously they want to know what they're going to get.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like, you can make it like something fun and exciting by coming up with a reason for why you're like doing the gift card, like fun. Like maybe I could say like, oh my gosh, I can't believe August is already over. My birthday month is coming to an end. I want to have one last celebration by offering blank. And you could offer like a gift. So like make it seem like you're doing it for like something like that. You know, instead of being like, hey, I'm begging you to order because I don't have any Success Club points and it's 2 days left, you know, like say something, you know, make it like a fun reason. And then people are like, oh, how fun, you know, it's cool. Her birthday month is almost over. Let me order.
The one thing that you guys have to be careful about though is don't advertise, like we're not allowed to give away we're not allowed to give away Beachbody products coupled with some other product. Like you can't put Beachbody products with like a tank top or something. Like we're not allowed to do that. So if you are going to do that, you got to do it on the down low. You
one or the other
on your Facebook, because corporate somebody will turn you in, and we're not allowed to package up our own little gift pack type stuff. So I usually offer just one item, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing is to do a last call post. And I used to not like doing this because I felt like it was so salesy, but there's a way you can do it where it doesn't feel salesy, where, like I said in the first one, if you make it where you have something to invite to, then it doesn't have to feel salesy. If you're just posting and saying, hey, you know, I'm, you know, trying to earn these Success Club points. And, you know, if you do it that way, then of course it's going to feel salesy. But if you're like, hey, oh my gosh, my newest challenge group just started on Monday and it's already amazing. I'm super excited about it. I have 2 more spots left. And if I fill them by Friday, or they have to be filled by Friday. You know, people don't know how these things work. So if you say like, I have to fill them by Friday, then they're going to be like, oh, I better, you know, do it right now. So make it feel exciting in your post. So you can do like a post on your actual social media. So like a Facebook post or Instagram post, make it feel exciting. So make it like you're excited about doing your new group, and then also make it feel urgent and give them a deadline. Like, you have to do it by Friday or well, it would be Thursday because Thursday is the last day of the month. So it's closing on August 31st. If you want in, let me know. If not, then I'll let you know about my next one, something like that.
And another thing you can do to make it not salesy is I did this for my last challenge group that I did. You can ask your challengers if you can create a little grid with their photos, and you can post that and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to kick off this challenge group with these awesome ladies. And you could either have it be a full grid, or you can actually put in, like, make the grid to where there's still a couple spots empty and put like question marks there and be like, who's going to fill the last 2 spots in this group? Make it fun and exciting and show it's positive peer pressure. So if you show that everyone else has signed up for this group and you're so excited to get it going, and you have your challengers post on that post also to show the excitement, then it's positive peer pressure, and it's going to help people make that push to say
sure. That's actually what I'm planning on doing, and I'm going to post it tomorrow. I'm going to take a picture of me like holding a piece of paper, and I'm going to put my 3 challengers' names on it, and then I'm going to leave 2 blank spots at the bottom and say, so that way, if they aren't comfortable with me putting their pictures out there, whatever, you want to ask to make sure they're comfortable with it. But instead of doing that, I'm just going to write their names, and I'm going to say, who's going to fill these last 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that. And then when you give them the deadline, make it seem as though you're doing it because you don't want them to miss out on the info. So say like, you have to order by Thursday in order to get your stuff in and get started with us on Monday or whatever. So that way it doesn't feel like people who still might want to order in the future don't feel like they will never be able to order again. So that way make it seem like they have to order now if they want to get in this group that's coming right now, but they still have an opportunity to order later as well.
Yeah, and you could also put at the end, if you can't join this group, my next group will be starting on such and such a date. So you're kind of planting the seed of when the next one is starting, but I wouldn't do that post until it's your last call, because if you put that new
people will wait
soon, then people will automatically want to wait. But if you use it in your last call, you don't only want someone starting like 2 weeks later anyway, so it works out that way.
Right. Awesome. So the next one, and this one tends to be like a major one. People love before and after photos. So post your before and after photos. And when you do it, share about your new program. Even if you're not doing like a new program, share about like whatever program you're currently doing. So I've been saying in all of my posts, like how Shalene Johnson at Summit talked about not saying the name of programs in your post, because then people can just go Google and find out about it. And then it also leads like a little bit of suspense if you don't say the name of the program. Post your before and after photos and say like, oh my gosh, I just finished a round of my new program. Look at my results. Not only did I lose 4 pounds, but I also feel amazing. Give a kind of a little rundown about what the program does, and then say my group is in prep week right now, and I'm super excited for my current challengers to get some results like these. I have 2 spots open. If you want in, let me know. Or if you want in, comment below, something like that. So before and after photos usually get people like in like that. What reels people in. They want to see that it actually works. So when you post yourself, then that's better. But if you don't have before and after photos yet, maybe you're a new coach and you don't have before and after photos yet, or maybe you are just not comfortable with posting your before and after photos yet, you can post maybe one of your challengers or one of us coaches. You can use one of our photos and say like, a coach, look at the results a coach on my team got. But it's always better when they see it from you. People always want to see like what they're getting, and they want to know that like somebody that they know has had a good experience with it. Don't you always look for reviews whenever you're about to order something new? And you always feel more comfortable when you see a review from someone that you know versus someone that you have no idea who they are. So that's usually a really good one. Nicole, yeah, something?
Yeah, and don't feel like you have to always use a current before and after, because if you're close to your goal weight, you're not going to have like drastic changes every single time. So if you have one before and after photo that's from the program that you're promoting, you can use that multiple times. Just change up your text a little bit when you're writing about it. I only have one transformation photo, really. I don't have a lot because I started out in this business at my goal weight. So my transformations are usually more, I have my one transformation photo, and then the rest of them are usually from the inside out because I don't have a huge transformation. So don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be, you can even talk about the mental changes and the mental changes that the mental clarity that you've gained by working out. You can talk about the confidence that you've gained. You can talk about all of those things. It doesn't have to be physical. So if you
and another thing, like if you don't have like really noticeable changes in your before and afters, another thing you can do that I just did with Shift Shop is I took my before and after pictures, but I put like a white line across my body and I put under construction. And so like you can do something like that and put like under construction on the white line and be like, I can't wait to show you guys my before and after pictures. I just started my newest challenge group, and I'm going to reveal my photos on the 21st day after I complete this round, something like that. And that gets people, wondering too. So that's another way you can do it. The last one, or no, this isn't the last one. I think there's two more. So the next one is to reach out to your family and your friends. So a lot of times I know, like, especially those of us that have maybe been in the business for a little bit longer, we probably haven't talked to our family and friends about, what we do, in a while. Maybe like we've talked to them about it a long time ago when we first started coaching, or maybe if you're a newer coach, you maybe haven't even, put it out there that you're coaching yet. But talk to your family and your friends, because they're usually the people that want to support you. I know sometimes they might not understand what exactly you're doing. So if you talk to them about what you're doing and, ask them to support you, and always, let them know that, hey, if you hate it, there's a money back guarantee for Shakeology. So that could be one way that you can reach it also. So I know my husband and my mom were my first two coaches when I first started. So you have anything to add to that, Nicole?
No, not really.
Okay. That's pretty self-explanatory. The last one is to ask for referrals. So if you have current or past challengers or discount coaches, ask them for referrals. And usually the best referrals come from those people because they've experienced it. And so they're going to be more open to giving you referrals. But you could also ask anybody for referrals. So a lot of times, like if you're reaching out to your follow-ups and they're like, hey, not right now, then you can say, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll follow up with you the next time I start a new group next month. Would you happen to know anyone else that might be interested? Like in my current invite, I talk a lot. I've been inviting to a lot of like new moms. And so something I might say to make the invite more personal is, or asking for a referral more personal, I might say, oh, no problem. I'll reach back out to you, in a couple months whenever I'm starting my next group. Would you happen to know any other new moms that might be interested in joining instead? Something like that. And so you're asking for a referral from a person that you invited, but they are not a current challenger, so they haven't experienced it. Sometimes they're going to give you people, and sometimes they might just say, no, I don't know anybody. But usually your current and past challengers and discount coaches are going to be where you get the best referrals from, because they, it's like they drink the juice. They know how awesome the Shakeology is. They know how awesome the programs are. So they're going to be more open to referring people to you. And then if you do that, you can also offer them something for, sending you referrals that actually close the deal. So you could say like, hey, do you know anyone that might be interested in joining our next challenge group? If you have anyone that actually orders, then I'll give you my referral bonus. And it could be, some of the same things that we just said for the other stuff. So you could send them a gift card, or, an ebook or whatever. Anything to add to that, Nicole? All righty. Does anybody have any questions? You can take yourself off mute or put it in the chat. Let me see if I can see the chat.
I just have a real quick question. If you ask for a referral, how do you approach the referral? Like,
so like if you're doing it for someone that's like a current or a past challenger, then I would lead with the group that you're running or the group that you're, about to start. So I would say, hey girl, I know that you were in my challenge group in July and you had amazing results. Do you know anybody that might be interested in joining our next one for August? I know it's so much more fun whenever you have a friend doing it with you. So you could do it that way, or you can say, if it's someone that you maybe was in a challenge group a long time ago, you might bring up like, hey girl, I'm starting my next group on Monday and I have 2 spots open. I know that you really rocked it out whenever you were in my challenge group last time. So I thought maybe some of your friends might be awesome challengers as well. Do you know anybody who might want to join? Something like that. Does that make sense?
That's asking for a referral. I mean, I guess I didn't answer it right. But it brings up another question. I mean, how do you approach the referral? What do you say to them?
Oh, the referral.
Okay,
Gotcha.
the person.
Yeah, I get you now. So I would probably say like, hey girl, Sally told me that, Sally is one of my challengers. I don't know if you've ever seen her posting about being in my group or if she's ever talked to you about it, but I run these awesome groups online where I help you with blank, 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 and blank. She thought you might be interested. Are you working on your health and fitness goals right now? Something like that. And so I probably leave with just asking them, like, are they even interested in working on their health and fitness goals? I wouldn't say like, is that something you would be interested in right now? Because then they might be offended, like, hey, like, oh my gosh, she's asking me if I want to join a group to lose weight, and they might be offended. So just ask them if they're even working on their health and fitness goals first. Does that make sense? Okay,
Tiffany, when you offer something for referrals that close the deal to send the person who referred, do you tell them, give them a specific item that you're going to send them? Because I usually just say
if you have anyone that actually orders, then you will get my referral bonus. This month it is blank. And I say like this month because if I ask them again later on and I've changed it, I don't want them to still think that like, oh, they're still going to get like the Amazon gift card, because I might go back to that person for a referral next month or in a couple months, and I don't want them to think like, maybe they don't like Amazon or something and they're not really going to care if they getting referrals this month. Next month I might be offering something else, And so
I usually just say I love giving referral. What do I say? I usually say I love giving referral gifts or something like that, and I don't really
like I love giving my referral gifts. And this month I decided to do Amazon gift card, or you can maybe even offer them like 3 different options, like Amazon or Target or blank, and let them choose, because then they might be more like, oh, I could get it from wherever I want, maybe they don't like Amazon or maybe they don't like Target, so you can offer them and give them an option too. And then like another good thing about asking for referrals is that can also kind of lead to future coaches. So like if you have people that are always giving you referrals, be like, oh my gosh, girl, you are always giving me 2 or 3 referrals. Like, have you ever thought about coaching? Because you must know a lot of good people, something like that. Like you must know a lot of people that, have potential to become challengers, something like that. Okay. Hey, Deborah. So Deborah asked, I'm real new, so how does the challenge with other people actually work? So if you
He's like super new, like last night.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you want to answer that then, Nicole? Since she's your
I
coach?
guess I'm confused on your question. Are you asking as far as inviting people to the challenge group, Deborah, or the challenge group that you're going to be participating in?
And you can take yourself off mute too. Or here, I can take you off mute. Oh wait, maybe I can't. Oh yeah, never mind. No, I can't.
I
You can
can.
take yourself off mute too, Deborah.
Okay, I did it.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, how do I invite people to this challenge or whatever challenge? And am I exercising or doing stuff by myself, or are they like on a podcast with me? I mean,
No,
I don't know.
everyone's working out at home by themselves on their own schedule, and the Facebook group that I added you to, the sneak peek group, that's going to be our challenge group. So that's the challenge group that we're going to be in. And so you can invite people with my event. You can invite them to the event. But you want to not add them to the group because they have to purchase a challenge pack. And you and I can talk about this more offline. So you're going to just be you're going to be under my wing this month. And if you want to invite people to that challenge group, then that's fine. I'm going to be running it. Over the next 60 to 90 days, you will have learned all the tools that you need to develop your own challenge group and run one on your own.
Okay. That helps. You're going to have to push me, though. I'm a terrible person.
You got this.
All right,
Deborah's
anyone
known
else?
me since I was 9 years old.
Oh my gosh. How awesome.
She is little.
And way to go.
And how
You
many,
just signed up
Deborah,
and you're
this
already
is
on
the
your team
perfect,
call?
huh?
I said that's awesome that she just signed up and you're already tuning into the team call. Way to
Right? So this is an awesome example of how many times it takes someone to say yes. Deborah, how many times have I invited you to my challenge groups?
Oh,
Over
I
the
bet
last
you
3 years.
three or four times a year.
go.
So
Seems like every time you have a challenge, I get a
Yeah.
little blurb.
yeah, and so it's just a matter of timing for the person that you're inviting, and not necessarily that they don't want to join you.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. And that's a perfect example of why you need to have a
Follow up.
tracker and not rely on Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger to be your tracker, because then you're never going to be able to keep up with it all. So if you are actually tracking, then I'm sure it was easy for Nicole to know, like, hey, I need to check back in with Deborah again, versus
Well,
being
actually,
like,
this
oh, who can I
time
invite
she
next?
actually clicked to join my sneak peek this time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you're muted again, Deborah. What were you saying?
I said, I still haven't figured out how to get myself on the tracker.
Oh, I haven't sent your invite yet, so I'll do that.
Okay.
I've been running around all day, haven't been home.
Well, I worked out really hard in the yard pulling blackberries, so my body hurts.
Oh, I bet. All right, does anybody have any other questions? We have to cut this call short tonight because Tiffany's got babes going on over there, and I've got to go get Octavia from soccer.
Tell
All
her
right,
hi.
guys. Well,
All right.
thanks for tuning in, and we'll see y'all later.
All right, have a
Bye.
good night, guys. Bye.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.